Hey, what's up, naughty community? Welcome back to my naughty hobby with Amber for another easy to follow crochet tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create the highly textured and beautiful bean stitch. This is actually the front of how the stitch looks, but I think that both sides look equally as beautiful. And I didn't notice that I had the wrong side facing. So let's go ahead and just jump right into this and get started. In order for the bean stitch pattern to work up correctly, we are going to be working with a foundation with an even amount, which means that our start chain needs to be an odd number. We're going to go ahead and start with, let's go ahead and do 15 stitches. There's 10, 14, and 15. Okay, we're going to work into the second chain from our hook, a single crochet, and also a single crochet into each of our chains across. You should have an even amount of stitches at the end of our row. And now, without chaining, we're just going to turn our work, and we'll start on our row of bean stitches. So in our first stitch here, we're going to do a standing double crochet, which is just a single crochet, and then inserting our hook through that leg of the single crochet, we're going to work another single crochet. Work a double crochet into our next stitch. And now we'll do our first bean stitch. Instead of working our next stitch here, we're actually going to work it around the post of the double crochet we just created. And the way that we do this is you will yarn over, and we're going to insert our hook to the side or around the post of that double crochet and drop a loop. We'll do that a total of 3 times. So that was 1, 2, 3. At this point, you will have 7 loops on your hook. 2, 4, 6, 7. We're going to yarn over and pull through 6. When you've got 2 on your hook, you'll yarn over and pull through the remaining 2. Now, because the bean stitch counts for this stitch here, we're going to skip over and work a double crochet into the next stitch. And start that bean stitch over again by yarning over, inserting our hook to the side and pulling up a loop, a total of 3 times. 2 and 3. Yarning over, pull through 6, yarning over and pull through remaining 2. I love this pattern for beginners because really we're only using 3 different stitches. The most difficult one being this one here, which is a puff stitch but worked around the post of a double crochet. It looks so fancy, but you know, once you see it done, you realize, oops, how simple it is. And I always want to build your guys' confidence with your crochet skills. This is a great stitch for doing just that. There's 2, 3, yarning over, pulling through 6, yarning over, pulling through remaining 2, and then we're going to place a double crochet in our last stitch. Great thing about the bean stitch too is it's only a 2-row repeat. So we've already done, you know, one of the stitch sequences, a row of single crochets, and then a row of our bean stitches. So once you've done your bean stitches, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and just place a single crochet into each of your stitches across, setting up our rows for another row of the bean stitches. All right, I'll work one more of those bean stitch rows with you guys and then let you get on to it. So you'll just continue with those 2 rows of single crochets and then the bean stitches until you reach your desired length for whatever it is that you're working on. I think that if you're following along with the same amount of stitches that I did in the beginning here, you could continue on and make a really cute scarf, or I think that these will be little, I'm going to make like little towels, little face scrubbies or face towels for my daughter. Here's how that bean stitch looks. Here's what would be considered the back of our work. And here is the front of our work. Highly textured. If you've got extra skeins of yarn laying around, not sure what to do because you don't have enough for a whole project, I would highly suggest working something up with this bean stitch. Works up so nice. Here's a little bit bigger example, my example piece. I hope that you found this tutorial helpful today. If you choose to make something following along, learning this bean stitch, I'd love to see. Thanks again for watching. Happy hooking, and I'll chat with you guys all real soon. See ya.